Hence home, you idle creatures, get thee home. Is this a holiday? What? Know you not? Being mechanical, thou art not to move about the town upon the laboring day without the signs of thy profession. Speak, what trade art thou?
Why, sir, a carpenter.
Wherefore the leather apron in thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? And you, sir, what trade are you?
Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler.
What trade art thou? Answer me directly.
A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls.
Thou art a cobbler. Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave, what trade?
Nay, a trade, sir, I beseech you, not be out with me, yet if you be out, I commend you.
Meanest thou by that? Answer me, thou saucy fellow.
Oh, why, sir, cobble you.
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Indeed, sir, I'm a surgeon to old shoes. As proper man as ever trod upon these leather, have gone upon my handiwork.
Wherefore art thou not in thy shop today? And why dost thou lead the men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their old shoes, to get myself into more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumphant.
Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings ye home? What tributaries follow him to Rome, to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, knew you not Pompey? Many a time not have you climbed up to walls and to battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops. There your infant in your arm, and sat there with the livelong day with patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, do you not give a universal shout that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores? And do you now strew flowers in his way, which comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Be gone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, and pray to the gods to intermit the plague. Then he's light on this ingratitude.
Go, good countrymen. And for this fault, assemble all the poor men of your sort, and draw them down to Tiber's bank, and weep their tears into the lowest of the shades. See whether their base model do go, they vanish, tongue-tied with their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the capital. This way will I. And disrobe all those images that you do find decked in ceremonies.
May we do so? You know it is the feast of Lupercal.
It is no matter. All about, and draw the vulgars from the streets. And then, there, were they not?
Calpurnia!
Yes, my lord.
Send you directly in Antonius' way when he doth run his course. Antonius,
Caesar, my lord.
forget not in your speed to touch Calpurnia. For our elders say the baron touched in this holy chase, shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar says do this, it is performed.
Sit on. Leave no ceremony out. Who is it in the press that calls me? I hear a tongue shriller than all the music cry Caesar. Speak! Caesar is turned to hear.
Beware the Ides of March!
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Set him before me. Let me see his face. Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar. What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March!
He's a dreamer. Let us leave him. Hush.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me not hinder Cassius your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love that I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late with passions of some difference, conceptions only proper to myself, which give some sorrow perhaps to my behaviors. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, among which number Cassius be you one. Nor construe any further my neglect than that poor Brutus, with himself at war, forgets the shows of love to other men.
And Brutus, I have much mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, but the eye sees not itself, but by reflection, by some other thing.
It is just, and it is very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have heard where many of the best respect of Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus and groaning underneath this sage's yoke, had wished the noble Brutus had his eyes.
To what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me?
Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of. And be not jealous on me, gentle Brutus, were I a common laugher, or did use to stale with ordinary oaths my love to every new protester. If you know that I do fawn on men and hug them hard, and after scandal them, or if you know myself to profess in banqueting to all the rouse, then hold me dangerous.
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Why? Do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so?
I would not, Cassius. Yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would lead me into, if not for the general good, not for that, and what? For I hold honor more dear than I hold anything.
I know a virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I do not know what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be, as live to be in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar, and so are you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and dusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now, leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow me. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help, Cassius, or I sink!" As Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, thus from the waves of Tiber did I, the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god. And Cassius is a wretched creature and must bend his body if Caesar carelessly but nod on him. Ye gods! It doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world as a colossus. And we, petty men, walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time were masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. It is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now, in the name of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that he hath grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age since the great flood, but it was famed with more than with one man? When could they say that till now that talked of Rome and her wide walls encompassed but one man? Oh, you and I have heard our father say there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep the state of Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. Which would work me to have some aim. How I have thought of this and of these times I shall recount hereafter. For this present I would not, so with love I might entreat you be any further moved. What you have said I will consider. What you have to say I will with patience hear, and find the time both meet to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus.
The games are done and Caesar is returning.
As I pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell us what has preceded worthy note to that.
I would be so. But look here, Cassius. The angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden train. Calpurnius' cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in conference by some senators.
Casca will tell us what the matter is. Antonius! Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as Cephalites. John Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Oh, fear him not, Caesar. He is not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet in my name were liable to fear I do not know the man I should avoid so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads much. He's a great observer, and looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no place, as thou dost, Antony. He is no music. Seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at heart ease, while they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I'd rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear myself, for always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand. This here is death. Tell me truly what thou thinkest of it.
Casca, tell us what hath chanced today that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, you were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask Casca what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand thus, and then the people fell, shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Why, merry was it, and he put it by thrice, every time gentler than other. And at every putting by mine honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
As well as be hanged is tell the manner of it. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown. Yet it was not a crown neither. It was one of these coronets. And as I told you, he put it by once, but for all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. And then he offered it to him again. And then he put it by again, but to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. And then he offered it a third time. He put it the third time by, and still as he refused it, the brethren hooted and clapped their chapped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it almost choked Caesar, for he fell and swooped down at it. And for my own part, I durst not laugh, for fear of opening my lips and receiving the bad air.
Soft, I pray you. What? Did Caesar swoon?
He fell down in the marketplace and foamed at mouth and was speechless.
'Tis very like he hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and me, honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that. But I am sure Caesar fell. If the Tagrad people did not clap him and hiss him according as he pleased and displeased them, as they used to do the players in the theater, I am no true man.
What said he when he came unto himself?
Mary, before he fell down, when he perceived the common herd was glad he refused the crown, he plucked me over his doublet and offered them his throat to cut. If I had been a man of any occupation, if I had not taken him at a word, would I might go to hell among the roads. And so he fell. When he came to himself again, he said, if he had done or said anything amiss, it is either worship to think it was his infirmity. 3 or 4 witches cried and cried, alas, good soul, and they forgave them of all their hearts. But there's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
And after that he came thus sad away.
Aye,
Did Cicero say anything?
aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Hey, if I tell you that, I'll never look you in the face again. But I know that he spoke Greek. But for my own part, Greek. Marilus and Favorus for pulling stars off Caesar's images are put to silence. Oh, fare you well. There was more foolery yet.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
No, I am promised for.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Odd. I'll be alive.
And your mind hold, your dinner will be.
Good. I will expect you.
So,
What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick mettle when he went to school.
So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise? However he puts on this tardy form. His rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men's stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
So it is. For this time, I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to meet with me, I shall come home to you. Or if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet, I see, thy honorable metal may be wrought that it is disposed. Therefore it is meet that noble minds keep ever with their lights. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, yet he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now and he were Cassius, he should not humor me. I will this night, in several hands, in at his windows throw, as if they came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name. Therein, obscurely, Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Even Casca brought you Caesar home? Why are you breathless, and why stare you so?
Are you not moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing unfirm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempests when the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell in rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening skies. But never till tonight, never till now did I go through a tempest dropping fire. Either there is civil strife in heaven, or else the world too saucy with the gods incenses them to send destruction.
Why, saw you anything more wonderful?
Against the Capitol I met a lion, who glared upon me and went slowly by without annoying me. And there was on upon a heap 100 ghastly women transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets. And yesterday, the bird of night did sit even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these broad Jesus so contrite, let not men say these are their reasons. They are natural. Why? That they are portentous things on the climate that they point upon.
Indeed, it is a strange disposed time. But men may construe things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. Come, Caesar, to the capital tomorrow.
He doth.
Good night, then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to wander.
Farewell, sister.
Who's that?
A Roman!
Casca, by your voice?
Oh, your ear is good. Cassius, what night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens to menace so?
Those that have known the earth so full of faults. For my part, Casca, I have walked the streets, submitting me into this perilous night, and thus embraced it, Casca, as you see, and bared my bosom to the thunderstone.
Wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is the part of men to fear and tremble when the most mighty gods, like tokens, send such dreadful heralds to astonish us.
You are dull, Casca. And those sparks of life that should be in a Roman you do want, or else you use not. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, open graves, and roars as doth the lion in the Capitol? A man no mightier than yourself or me in personal action, yet prodigious grown, and fearful as these strange eruptions are.
It is Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is. For Romans now have thews and lives like to their ancestors.
Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king.
I know where I will wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. That part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off with pleasure.
So can I. So every bondsman in his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man, I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep.
Hold my head. Be fatuous for redress with all these priests, and I will set this foot of mine as far as who goes farthest.
I have moved already some certain of the noblest-minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence. And I do know by this they stayed for me in Pompey's porch. For now, this fearful night, there is no stir or walking in the streets, and the complexion of the element in favors like the work we have in hand. Most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Stand close a while, but here comes one in haste.
Cinna, I do know him by his gait. He is a friend. Cinna, where haste you so?
To find out you. Who's that?
His master, one incorporate to our attempts. Am I not stateful, Cinna?
I am glad on it. This is a fearful night. There were 2 or 3 of us that seen some strange sights.
Am I not stateful? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our pocket, we would
be you content. Good Cinna. Take this paper. And look, you lay it in the praetor's chair, that Brutus may but find it. And throw this in at his windows. Set this up with wax upon old Brutus's statue. All this done, repair to Pompey's porch, where you shall find us.
Well, I will hide, and I will bestow these papers as thou hast begged me.
That done, repair to Pompey's theater. Come, Casca. You and I will ere yet day meet Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him are ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts, and that which would appear offends in us, his countenance like riches alchemy will turn to virtue and to worthiness.
Him and his worth and our great need of him, you have right well conceded. Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day we will awake him and be sure of him.
What, Lucius? Oh! I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how near today. Lucius, I say! I wonder were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What, Lucius?
Call you, my lord.
Get me a torch in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. For my part, I know no personal clause to spurn at him, but for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, that is the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that prays where he walketh. Crown him, that. And then I grant we put a sting in him, that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of power is when it disjoins remorse from itself. And, to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed more than his reason. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may, and lest he may, prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no color to the thing he is, passionate thus, that what he is augmented would run through these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched would, as is kind, grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
Sir, the torch burneth in your closet, sir. Searching the window for flint, I found this paper thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed again, it is not day. The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepst, awake and see thyself. Shall Rome speak, strike, redress? Brutus, thou sleepst, awake. Such instigations have been often dropped where I have took them up. Shall Rome, thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's arm? What Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive when he was called a king. speak and strike redress? Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise that the redress will follow. Thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus. Go to the gate! Somebody knocks. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasm or a hideous dream. Genius and the mortal instruments are then in council, and the state of man, like a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door. He does desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir, their hats are plucked about their ears, and half their faces buried in their capes, that by no means I may discover them by any mark of favor.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night when evils are most free? But then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek not conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and after. For if thou put thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Tomorrow, Brutus, do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Aye, every man of them, and no man here but honors you, and every one doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself that every noble Roman bears of you. This is Decius Brutus.
Welcome.
Cinna, Casca, and this Metellus Cimber.
They're all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
May I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not the day break there?
No.
Oh, no pardon, sir, it doth. In yon gray line that does fret the clouds, a messenger of day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I point my sword, the sun arises, which is a great way growing on the south, weighing the youthful season of the year. Some 2 months hence up high toward the north, he first presents his fire. And the high east, as the capital stands, directly here.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. Not the face of men, the sufferance of our souls, the times of use. If these be motives weak, break off betimes, and every man hence to his idle bed, so let high-sighted tyranny range on till each man drop by lottery. But if these, as I am sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards, and to steal with valor the melting spirits of women and countrymen, what need we any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? What other bond than secret movements that have spoke the word and will not falter? What other oath than honesty to honesty engage, that this shall be, or we will fall for it? Swear priests and cowards and then coffins, oh feeble carrions and such suffering souls that welcome wrongs. And the bad causes swear such creatures as men doubt, but do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressible metal of our spirits, to think that or our cause or our performance did need an oath. But every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is guilty of a several bastardy, if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him.
What of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Let us not leave him.
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, let us have him for his silver hair will purchase a good opinion, and by men's voices to commend our deeds. Let it be said, his judgment ruled our heads. Our youth and wildness shall no it appear, but all be buried in its gravity.
Oh, name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find in him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means, if he outlive them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which, to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs. Let's be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. Let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. And let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage, and after seem to chide them. We shall make our purpose necessary and not envious, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. Mark Antony, think not of him. For he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear it, for in the ungrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all that he can do is to himself die for Caesar, and that were much he should, for he is given to sports, to wildness, and much company.
Let him not die. There's no fear in him. He'll live and laugh at this hereafter.
Peace. Count the clock.
The clock has stricken 3. It is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth this day or no, for he is superstitious grown of late, quite from the main opinion he held once, of fantasies, of dreams, ceremonies. It may be these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of this night, and the persuasion of his augurs may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. For if he be so resolved, I can persuade him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed by trees, bears with glasses, elephants with holes, lions with toils, and men with flatterers. But when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does being then most flattered. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we will all of us be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
That is the uttermost, and then we shall not fail then.
Morning comes upon us. Brutus will leave you. And friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said, and hold yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors did, with untired spirits and formal constancy. And so good morrow to you, everyone. Boy, Lucius! Fast asleep? It is no matter. Enjoy the honey-heavy dew of slumber. Thou hast no figures, nor no fantasies, which busy care draws in the brains of men. Therefore thou sleeps so sound.
Brutus, my lord.
Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health, lest you commit your weak condition to the raw, cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. You've ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed. And yesternight, at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further. Then you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet you answered not, but with an angry wafture of your hand gave sign for me to leave you. So I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience which seemed too much enkindled, and withal hoping it was but an effect of humor, which sometimes hath his hour with every man. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep, and could it work so much upon your shape as it hath much prevailed on your condition, I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unabrased and suck up the humors of the dank morning? What is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No, my Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of. And upon my knees, I charm you by my once commended beauty, and by all your vows of love, and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half. Why, you are heavy. And what men tonight have had to resort to you, for here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself but as it were in sort or limitation to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then should I know this secret? I grant, I am a woman, but withal, a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant, I am a woman, but a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Oh, tell me your counsels, I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Portia, thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. All my engagements I will construe to thee. All the character in my sad brows.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice at Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Ho, ho, they murder Caesar!" Who's within? Go. Bid the priests do pleasant sacrifice, bringing their opinions of success.
Will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir from your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threaten me there look on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are perished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons in right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air, and horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. O Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What could be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty God. Yet Caesar shall go forth. For these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, their up can't seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. But of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing the death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say you, Ogren?
They would not have you stir forth today, plucking the entrails off and offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart, and he should stay at home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions pitted in one day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Say it is my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. Let me, I beg you, to prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well. For thy humor, I will stay at home today. Ah, here's Decius Brutus. He will tell them so.
Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate House.
You have come in very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators, and tell them I will not come today. Cannot is false, but I dare not falter. I will not come. Tell them so, Decius.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar bear alive? Have I in conquest stretched my arm so far to be afeard to tell Greybeard the truth? Decius, go. Tell them Caesar will not come today.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood. Many lusty Romans came, smiling, and did bathe their hands in. See, she does allow for warnings, portents, and evil's imminent. Therefore, she has begged that I will stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. A vision fair and fortunate. Your statue, spouting blood in many pipes which so many smiling Romans bathe, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck the reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified.
And this way have you well expounded it.
I have. And when you've heard what I can say, you know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you send word you shall not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock act to be rendered for someone to say, bring up the Senate to another time when Caesar's wife meet with better dreams. Pardon me, dear Caesar. My deep, deep love to our proceedings bid me tell you this.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I yielded to them. Give me my rope, or I will go. Ah, look, and here is Brutus come to fetch me.
Good morrow, Caesar.
Welcome, Brutus. What, are you stirred so early too? Oh, good morrow, Cassia. What is the clock?
Caesar, 'tis struck in 8.
I thank you for your pains and courtesies. Oh, see, Antony, that revels late o' nights, is notwithstanding up. Oh, good morrow, Antony.
And so to most noble Caesar.
Go, bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. Now, Cinna, now me tell us. I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you call on me today. Be near me, that I may remember you. Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me, and we like friends will straightway go together.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Casca. Have an eye to Cinna. Mark well me, Telecinder. Decius Brutus loves thee not. There is but one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. If thou beest not immortal, look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee. Thy lover, Artemidorus. Here will I stand to Caesar path along, and as a suitor will I give him this. My heart laments that virtue cannot live out of the teeth of emulation. If thou read this, Caesar, thou mayest live. If not, the traits with the fates with traitors do contrive.
I prithee, boy, run to the Senate house. Stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
To know my errand, madam.
I would have had thee there and here again, ere I can tell thee what thou shouldst do there. O Constancy, be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain between my heart and tongue. I have a man's mind, but a woman's might. How hard it is for women to keep counsel. Art thou here yet?
Madam, what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else, and so return to you and nothing else?
Yes. Bring me word, boy, if thy lord look well, for he went sickly forth. And take good note, what Caesar doth, what suitors press to him. Hark, boy, what noise is that?
I hear none.
Prithee, listen well. I heard a bustling rumor like a fray, and the wind brings it from the capital.
Sooth, madam, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been?
At my own house, good lady.
What is it o'clock?
About the 9th hour, lady.
Is Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Madam, not yet. I go to take my stand to see him pass on to the capital.
Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have, lady. If it will please Caesar to be so good to Caesar as to hear me, I shall beseech him to befriend himself.
Why? Knowest thou any harms intended towards him?
None that I know will be. Much that I fear may chance. Good morrow to you. Here, the streets is now. The throng that follows Caesar at the heels of senators, of praetors, common suitors will crowd a feeble man almost to death. I'll get me to a place more void, and there speak to great Caesar as he comes along.
I must go in. Ay me, how weak sing the heart of woman is. O Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise. Sure the boy heard me. Brutus hath a suit that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius. Commend me to my lord. Say I am merry. Come to me again and bring me word what he doth say to thee.
Mine's a suit that touches Caesar nearer.
What touches us ourselves shall not be said.
Delay not, Caesar. Read it instantly.
What, is the fellow mad?
Sirrah, give place. What, urging your petitions in the streets, come to the capital. Theseus knows his time, for look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Where is Metellus? Let him prefer his suit to Caesar.
He is addressed, press near, and second you.
Casca, you were the first to rear your hand.
What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must address?
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, the Simber throws before thy seat and humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Simba. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men to turn preordinance and first decree to the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be thought from the true quality of that which melted fools. I mean sweet words, low crooked curtsies, and base manual fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn me, you must burn me like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no words more worthy than mine own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Simba may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What? Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Simba.
I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I was constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's but one in all doth hold his place. So in the world, 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood and apprehensive. Let me a little show it, even in this. I was constant your brother should be banished, and constant to remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence! Wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Simba Bocas kneel?
Speak! Hands for me!
Et tu, Brute! In full, Caesar!
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead!
Come to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
Liberty! Freedom! Enfranchisement!
People and senators be not affrighted. Why not stand stiff? Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus, and Cassius too!
Cassius too!
Where is Antony?
Keep let amazed, men, wives, and children stare and cry out and run home as it were doomsday.
Mates, we will know your pleasures. 'Tis but the time in drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that, and then is death a benefit. So are we Caesars that have abridged his time of fearing death. Now, walk we forth, even to the marketplace, and waving our raw weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry, peace, freedom, liberty!
Freedom! Liberty!
How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along no worthier than the dust?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called, the men that gave their country liberty!
Liberty! Shall we forth?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antony's.
Thus, Brutus, did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and being prostrated bid me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I loved Brutus and honored him. Say I feared Caesar, honored him, and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him, to be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death. Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead, as well as Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus through the hazards of the untrod land with all true faith. So says my master Antony.
Thy master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him was. Tell him, so please him come into this place, he shall be satisfied. And by my honor, depart untouched.
I shall fetch him presently.
I know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but yet I have a mind that fears him much, and my misgiving still falls shrewdly to the purpose.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Almighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, triumphs, glories, spoils, short of this little measure? Fare thee well. Gentlemen, I know not what you intend now. Who else must let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, then there is no hour half as fitting as Caesar's death hour. Nor no instruments half so worthy than those your swords made rich with the most noblest blood of all this world. I beseech you, if you bear me hard, then now, whilst your purpled hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands in this our present act you see we do. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude beside themselves with fear. And then I will deliver you the cause why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not your wisdom. Let each man render his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, I take yours. Next, Caius Cassius, I take your hand. And Julius Brutus, yours. And yours, Metellus. Yours, Casca. Gentlemen all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceive me, either a coward or a flatterer. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, brave hearts. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, crimsoned in thy left, signed in thy spoils.
Mark Antony.
Pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this, that in a friend it becomes a cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point looking down on Caesar. Friends I am with you all, and love you all. Upon this hope, you shall give reason why and wherefore Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
It is all I ask. And therefore am more the suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and there in the pulpit, as what becomes a friend, to speak in order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent Mark Antony speak at his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which you will utter?
Pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission. And that we are contented Caesar shall have all true rights and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission. Else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral. And you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
And be it so. I do desire nothing more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruin of the most noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, that like dumb mouths which do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue, a curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be in such use, and dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war, all pity choked upon the custom of fell deeds. And Caesar's spirit, raging for revenge with Ate by his side, come hot from hell, shall within these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war! This foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar bid him come to Rome.
He did receive his letter, and is coming, and bid me to say by word of... Oh,
Thy heart is big. Get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching. For mine eyes, seeing those beads of sorrow within thine, began to water. Is thy master coming?
He lies tonight within 7 leagues of Rome.
I beseech ye, get thee speed and inform him what hath chanced. Here is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome, no Rome of safety for Octavius yet. Now hie hence and tell him so. Yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back till I this body have borne to the marketplace. Wherefore I shall try in my oration, howe'er the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men, upon the which thou shalt discourse to the young Octavius of the state of things.
Reason shall be rendered of Caesar's death.
I will hear Brutus speak.
I will hear Brutus.
We will hear him.
Peace there. The noble Brutus is ascended.
Be patient till the last. Friends, countrymen, Romans, and lovers, hear me for my cause. Believe me for mine honor. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I love Rome more.
Rome! Rome!
As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at him. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him.
Rome! Rome!
There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bond? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? For if any speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none.
Then none have I offended. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not. With this I depart. As I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself when it shall please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus!
Live! Live! Bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Give him a statue with his ancestors.
Let him be Caesar. Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus.
We'll bring him to his house with shouts and clamors.
My
Be
countrymen,
silent, Brutus speaks.
good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake stay here with Antony, to grace the Caesar's cause, and grace his speech, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart save I alone, till Antony have spoken.
Stay ho, and let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go up into the public chair. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I'm beholding to you all.
What does he say of Brutus?
He says, for Brutus' sake, he finds himself beholden to us all.
Professed he speak no harm of Brutus here. This Caesar was a tyrant.
Nay, that's certain. We are blessed that Rome is rid of him.
Peace there. Hear the noble
Gentle
Antony.
Romans!
Peace! Ho! Let us hear him!
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If 'twere so, then 'twere a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. By the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men. Come I to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? Whene'er the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see on the Lupercal that I did thrice present him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, yet here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar hath had great wrong.
As he masters, I fear there will a worse come in his place.
Mark ye his words. He would not take the crown. Therefore, 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found so, some will dare abide it.
Poor soul! His eyes are as red as fire with weeping. There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony. Now mark him. He begins again to speak.
Oh, masters, if I were to dispose to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, whom you know are honorable men. I would not do them wrong. I would sooner choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, before I would wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And let them go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying mention it within their will, bequeathing it such a rich legacy unto their issue.
Well, here's the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
The will. We read. Here's Caesar's will.
Patience, patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. 'Tis meet you know not how Caesar loved you. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. For if you should, what would come of it?
Well, here's the will. Read it, Antony. You shall read us the will. Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I fear I have overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I do wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, honorable men.
The will!
The testament!
They were villains, murders. The will. We read the will. We will hear the will.
You will compel me then to read the will?
You shall have leave.
If you have tears, then prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. It was a summer's evening in his tent, the day he overcame the Nervii. Look, in this spot ran Cassius' dagger through. Oh, see what a rend the envious Casca made. Here the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. As he cursed to steal away, mark you how the blood of Caesar followed it, as if rushing out of doors to be so resolved if Caesar so unkindly was knocked upon or no. For Brutus, as you know, is an angel. Judge you gods how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude more strong than traitor's arms quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, which upon his mantle muffling up his face, base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen, that I and you and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us.
Oh.
Now you weep. I do perceive the tint of pity on you. These are gracious drops. Oh, kind souls, what weep you when you but behold how Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here! Here is himself, marred as you see with traitors.
Oh, piteous spectacle!
Oh, noble Caesar! Oh, traitors, villains!
Oh, most bloody sight! We will be revenged! Revenge about Caesar! Hear the noble Antony!
We hear him. We'll follow him. We'll die with him.
Oh, good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not, that made them do it. But they are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, my friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that loved my friend. But were I Brutus and Brutus Antony, ere were an Antony would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue to every one of Caesar's wounds that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny!
We'll mutiny! We'll burn the house of Brutus!
Yet hear me, countrymen! Yet hear me speak! Alas, my friends, you go to do you know not what. Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? You know not. And I must tell you, you have forgot the will that I told you of.
'Tis
True.
The will! We'll stay and hear the will!
Here is the will, with the seal of Caesar. To every Roman citizen he gives, to each several man, 75 drachmas!
Most noble Caesar! Will repent him!
Moreover, he hath left you all his private arbors, his newly planted orchards. On this side Tiber, to you and your heirs, common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar, when comes such another?
Never! Never! Take up the body! We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands, fire the traitors' houses! Come! Away! Away!
Don't fetch fire! Pluck down benches! Pluck down forms! Windows! Anything!
Let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take whate'er course thou wilt. Oh no, fellow!
Sir, Octavius is already in Rome.
Where is he now?
He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house.
And how will I hence to visit him? He comes upon a wish. Oh, fortune is merry, and in this state may give us anything.
I heard him say that Brutus and Cassius were rid like mammon through the gates of Rome.
Mayhap they had some note of the people, how I have moved them. Bring me to Octavius. So these men shall die. Their names are pricked.
They shall not live. Look, with a spot I damned them. I have sent Lepidus to Caesar's house to fetch the will hither, so we determine how to cut off some charge and legacies.
Here is an unmeritable man, fit to be sent on errands. Is it right, then, in the three world divided, that he should stand one of the three to inherit it?
So you thought him, and took his voice, who should be pricked to die in our black sentence and prescription.
Octavius, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors upon this man, which do but lighten divers slanderous loads, he shall bear them but as the ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business, either led or driven as we point the way. And then, having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his burden and turn him off like unto the empty ass. Raise in commons and shake his ears.
You may do your will, but he is a tried and valiant soldier.
So too is my horse, Octavius, and for that I do appoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to wind, to stop, to run forward. His corporal motion governed by my spirit, and in some ways is Lepidus but so. He too must be taught and trained and bid go forth. A very spirited fellow, one who feeds on objects, arts, and imitations, which, out of use and staled by other men, begin his pleasure. Do not talk of him but as property. Now, Octavius, listen great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must high make head. So let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go sit in council, whereupon covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answer it.
Let us do so, for we are at stake and bayed about with many enemies.
Stand ho!
Give ho stand.
What now, Lucilius? Is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Pindar has come to do you salutation from his master.
He greets me well. No master, Tindurus, by his own change or by ill officers, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
I do not doubt but that my noble master will appear, such as he is, full of regard and honor.
He is not doubted. Word, Lucilius. How he received you, let me be resolved.
With courtesy and respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with free or friendly conference that he hath of old.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. Ever note, Lucilius, when love begins to sicken and decay, it useth an enforced ceremony. Comes his army on?
They mean this night in Sardis to be quartered. The better part, the horse and general, are come with Cassius.
He's arrived. March gently on to meet him.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods. Wrong I mine enemies? And if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do
Yes, be content. Speak your grief softly. I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, we should perceive nothing but love from us. Let us not wrangle. Bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Tyndarus? Sir. Bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from this ground.
Says, do you the like. Let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. And let Lucius and Titinius guard our door.
And you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, wherein my letters, praying on his side, because I knew the man, were slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm. You know that you are Brutus that speak thus, or by the gods, this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the Ides of March, remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body that did stab and not for justice? What shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I'd rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, obey not me, I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you are not, Cassius.
I am.
You say you are not.
Urge me no more. Shall forget myself, have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and bow to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this, aye more. Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I endure you, serve you? By the hand, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth I'll use you for my mirth, yea, for my laughter when you are waspish.
Does it come to this?
Say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me everywhere. You wrong me, Brutus. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What? Durst not tempt him?
For your life you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my health. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. But there's no care, Cassius, in your threats. For I'm armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you certain sums of gold, which you denied. For I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I'd rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done, my Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends, be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts. Dash him to pieces.
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath rived my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
The flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as I live by.
Come, Antony, and young Octavius, come! Revenge yourself alone on Cassius, for Cassius is a weary of the world, hated by his brother, praised by his one before, checked like a varmint, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, and here, my naked breast, within a heart dearer than Plutus is mine, richer than gold. If that thou beest a Roman, take it for me. I, that denied thee gold, will give my heart. Strike, as thou didst at Caesar. For I know, when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than ever thou lovest Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will. Shall have scope. Do what you will. Dishonor shall be yours. O Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire. Though much enforced, it shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again.
But Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus, when grief and blood ill-tempered vexeth him?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
You confess so much. Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Oh, Brutus.
What's the matter?
Have you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor that my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over-earnest with your Brutus, you'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia?
She's dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient at my absence and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. For with her death that tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendants absent, swallowed fire.
And died so.
Even so.
Ye immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Give me a cup of wine. In this I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, till the wine o'erswell the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in, Titinius. Welcome, good Messala. Now stand we close here together and call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. Messala, I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
We have the same letters, the self-same tittle.
With what addition?
That by proscription and bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died by their proscriptions, Cicero being one.
Cicero what?
Cicero is dead, and by that order of proscription, have you your letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Messala.
Nor nothing in your letters written of her?
Nothing, Messala.
That he thinks is strange.
Well, I ask you, do you aught of her in yours?
No, my lord.
Now, as you're a Roman, tell me true.
Well, then, like a Roman, bear the truth that I tell. for certain she is dead, and that by strange manner.
Why? Farewell, Portia. We must die, Messiah. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men, great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you, and yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive, what do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This it is. It is better that the enemy seek us. Shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of force give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand against force. For they have given us grudged accomplishment. The enemy marching along by them shall make a fuller number up. Come on, refresh, new added, and encouraged. From which advantage shall we cut him off? If at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back.
Hear me, good
Under your
brother.
pardon, you must note beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brim full, our cause is ripe. The enemy increaseth every day. We at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
And with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must still be necessity, which we will settle with a little rest. There is no more to say?
No more. Good night. Early tomorrow will we rise, and hence.
Lucius, my gown. Farewell, good Messiah.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, Titinius.
Good night, my lord.
Noble Cassius. Good night. Good repose.
Oh, my dear brother, this was an ill beginning of the night. Never comes such division between our souls. Let it not repeat.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother. Give me the gun. Where is thy instrument?
Here at the tent.
What? Thou speaks drowsily. Oh, look, Lucius, here's the book I saw for, so I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I'm sure your lordship did not give me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
I, my lord, at please you.
Does, my boy. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
I should not urge thy duty past thy might.
I have supped, my lord, already.
And it was well done. And thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee.
The moon is shining bright, for it is the night. Close your sleepy eyes until you rise.
This is a sleepy too. O murderous slumber, layest thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays thee music? Oh, knave, good night. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou dost not, thou breaks thy instrument. I'll take it from thee. And good boy, good night. You see, is not the leaf turned down where I left reading? Here it is, I think. Ah, who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art!
evil spirits, Brutus,
Why comest thou?
to tell thee thou shalt see me again at Philippi.
Well, then I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
And then I shall see thee at Philippi. Now I've taken heart, thou vanishest.
Ah!
Ill spirit, I will hold more talk with thee. Ah, Lucius, awake!
The strings, my lord, are false.
I think he still is at his instrument. Lucius, awake!
My lord?
Didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criedst out?
I did not know that I cried.
Yes, thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again, Lucius.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. You said the enemy would not come down, but keep the hills and upper regions. It proves not so. The battles are at hand. They mean to warn us at Philippi here, answering before we do demand of them.
Tut, I am in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They can be content to visit other places, and come down with such fearful courage to fasten in our minds that they have courage. It is not so. The enemy comes boldly on, the bloody sign hung. Something to be done immediately. Octavius, lead thy battle softly on, upon the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand I, keep thou the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigent?
I do not cross you, and yet I will do so.
They stand and would have parley.
Continuous, hold fast.
Mark Antony,
Reach out and talk.
shall we give the sign of battle?
No, Caesar. You shall answer on their charge. Make forth. The generals would have words.
Stir not to the signal.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you make good words. Mark you the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar!" You showed your teeth like apes, fawned like hounds, bowed like bondsmen, kissing Caesar's feet, whilst bloody Casca like a cur stabbed from behind. You flatterers.
Flatterers! Now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue had not offended so today if Cassius might have ruled.
Come, come, the cause. If arguing makes us sweat, the proof of it will turn to breader drops. Look, I draw a sword against conspirators. When think you that sword goes up again? Never! Till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged. Or till another Caesar have added slaughter to the swords of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors' hands unless thou brings them with thee.
So I hope not. I was not born to die on Brutus's sword.
Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, young man, thou couldst not die more honorable.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor, joined by a masker and a reveler.
Cassius still.
Come, Antony, away! Defiance, traitors, hurl we at your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have stomachs.
Why now? Blow, wind, swell, billow, and swim, bark. The storm is up, and all is on the hazard.
Oh, Silius! Hark, a word with you.
Masala,
What say, my general?
Masala. This is my birthday, as this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand. Be thou my witness, then against my will, as Poppy was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. You know that I held Epicurus strong in his opinion. Now I change my mind, and partly credit things that do presage. Coming from Sardis, on our former ensign, 2 mighty eagles fell, and there they perched, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands, who to Philippi here consorted us. This morning are they fled away and gone, and in their steads do ravens, crows, and kites fly o'er our heads and downward look at us as we were sickly prey. Their shadows seem a canopy most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
I but believe it partially, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly.
Even so, Lucilius.
Now, most noble brother, the gods today stand friendly, that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But, since the affairs of man rest still uncertain, let's reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then as this very last time we shall speak together. What are you then determined to do?
Even by the rule of that philosophy by which I did blame Cato for the death which he did give himself, I know not how, but I do find it cowardly and vile for fear of what might fall, so to prevent the time of life. Arming myself with patience to stay the providence of some high powers that govern us below.
Then if we lose this battle, you are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome.
No, Cassius, no. Think not thou, noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But the same day must end that work the Ides of March begun. And whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever, forever, farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then, this parting was well made. Ride, Masala, ride! And give this bill unto the legions on the other side. Let them set on at once, for I perceive by cold demeanor not previous this way. Sudden push gives them the overthrow. Ride, ride, Masala! Let them come on at once!
Oh, look, Titinius, look! The villains fly! Myself up to mine own turned enemy. This ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and to take it from him.
Cassius! Brutus gave the word too easily. Even though he has an advantage over Octavius, he gave it too eagerly, and now his soldiers have fell to spoil, and we are all enclosed by Antony.
Fly further off, my lord! Fly further off! Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord! Fly, therefore, noble Cassius! Fly far off! The hill is far enough. Look, look, Titinius, are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titinius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse, and hide thy spurs in him till he hath brought thee up to yonder troops and here again, that I may rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy.
I will be back again, my lord, and this time with a thought.
Go, Pindrus, get higher on this hill. My sight was ever thick. Regard Titinius, and tell me what thou knowest about the field. This day I breathe at first. Time has come round, and where I did begin, there shall I end. My life is run its compass. Sir, what news? Oh, my lord, what news? Titinius is enclosed round about, with horsemen that make to him on the spur. Yet he spurs on. Now they're almost on him. Now Titinius, now some light. Oh, he lights too. He is 10! and hark they shout for joy. Come down. Behold no more. Oh, coward that I am to see my best friend taken before my face. Come hither, sirrah. In Parthia did I take thee prisoner, and then I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst perform it. Come now, keep thine oath. Now, be a freeman, and with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Here, take thou the hilts. And when my face is covered, as 'tis now, guide thou the sword. Caesar! God revenge, even with a sword that killed me.
So I am free, yet would not so have been. Durst I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this country Pindarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
Titanius, for Octavius is overthrown by noble Brutus's power, as Cassius' legions are led by Antony.
Oh, those tidings will be well, and it will comfort Cassius.
Where did you leave him?
All disconsolate with Pindarus, his vanguard, on this hill.
Is it not that he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart!
Is it not that he?
No, it's not him. Messala. Oh, Cassius is no more. Oh, setting sun as in thy red rays do sinking tonight. And so in his red blood, Cassius' day has set. The sun of Rome has set. Our days are gone. Oh, clouds and dew, and danger do come. Alas, our deeds are done. This unworthiness is but by my success.
No, done by good success.
How are you, Marcella? Why didst thou make me go forward, brave Cassius? Did I not meet your friends? Did they not put upon my brow this wreath of victory and bid me give it thee? Oh, did you not hear their shouts? Oh, alas, thou hast misconstrued everything. But hold, take thee this garland and place it upon thy brow. That Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come of haste and see how I did regard it. No, Cassius. Oh. Oh, the gods, this is a Roman spot. Come, Cassius' sword, and find Tantalus.
Where Messala doth his body lie?
Titanius mourning is.
Titinius' face is upward. He is slain. Oh, Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords on our own proper entrails.
Brave Titanius.
Are yet two Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans. Fare thee well. It is impossible that ever Rome should breathe thy fellow. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time. Come, therefore, and the Theso send his body. His funeral shall not be in our camp, lest it discomfort us. The city has come and led us to the field and set our battles on.
Shall I go forth that way?
Aye, the city is go. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans, yet ere night, we shall try fortune in a second fight. Come hither, good Volumnius. List the word. Why, this, Volumnius, the ghost of Caesar hath appeared to me too several times by night. At Sardis once, and this last night here in Philippi fields. I know my hour has come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is, Volumnius. Thou seest the world, Volumnius, how it goes. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Volumnius, thou knowest that we two went to school together. Even for that our love of old, I prithee. Hold thou my sword hilts, whilst I run on it. My heart doth joy that yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory this day more than Mark Antony and Octavius shall by their vile conquest attain unto. So fare you well once, for Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs upon mine eyes, my bones would rest that have but labored to attain this hour. Hold then my sword, and turn away thy face, while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Volumnius?
Give me your hand. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, good Volumnius. Caesar, thou be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that?
That's my master's man, Volumnius. What happened to thy master?
Free from the bondage you are in, Messala. The conquerors can but make a fire of him. For Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else hath honor by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus. Thou hast proven Lucilia's saying true.
All that serve Brutus, I will entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
I, Messala, would prefer me to you.
Do so, good Messala.
How did thy master die, Volumnius?
I held the sword and he did run on it.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save one, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought, and the common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements in him so mixed that nature itself would stand up and say to all the world, "This was a man."